Welcome to my top 18 worst Nickelodeon shows. I know a lot of people requested I do a top worst Nickelodeon shows and a Cartoon Network one, which I will do in the future. I think I will also do a top best Cartoon Network original shows of cartoons that were not cartoons. Nick, as I remember, had some great shows in the 90s, but in the 2000s, some good, some just nothing but cheesy, corny, lame ass trash of garbage. Let's get started. Not to waste any damn time, here's my top 18 worst Nickelodeon shows. Coming in at number 18, Power Rangers Samurai. The old Power Rangers on Fox Kids, etc. kicked ass, but this did not. I just thought the acting wasn't all that great, especially whenever there's a fight scene, the way the Power Rangers are attacked and the way they fall. I just think it's just corny and cheesy, and it feels like they didn't put enough effort into it. It's at number 18 because I don't think it's as bad as the others. And apparently Power Rangers Samurai is canceled, and I heard they have a new Power Rangers series called Metaphors. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll check it out whenever I have the time. Moving on to number 17, The X's, a show about a family of spies who hide their identity from the world but have trouble doing it. I really didn't care for The X's. I just thought it was boring, uninteresting, and nothing special. It is tied with Cat Scratch and El Tigre for the shortest lasting standalone Nicktoon ever. Out of these three shows, the only one I enjoyed was Cat Scratch, but no wonder the other two ended so early. So, there you go. Number 16, House of Anubis. The first time I heard about this show, I was like, what the hell is this? I recently watched 2 episodes of this on YouTube to see if this show would make the list. Well, here we are now. I think it's boring, not interesting, nor entertaining. I couldn't watch the rest of the second episode because I was bored. House of Anubis, more like House of Boredom. Number 15, El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera. It follows the adventures of a 13-year-old with superpowers trying to choose between being good and evil. I couldn't get with this show. It just wasn't my cup of tea, you could say. It also feels like a Mucha Lucha ripoff. Why? Basically, Manny wearing a mask, and whenever he fights, his father always wears a mask like the characters from Mucha Lucha, like Ricochet, the Flea, Boy and the Girl, the teachers, the parents, etc. And all the characters from both these shows, they live in the same Mexico City. Also, Frida reminds me of Boy and the Girl a bit, but Boy and the Girl was way smarter. And you won't hear Frida say, "It's not right," like Boy and the Girl did. Number 14, The Troupe. The series about a trio of teenagers fighting and capturing monsters, etc. All I have to say is the show was not funny, nothing special, and there's pretty much nothing else to say about this show. Thank God it ended. Yeah, the beepy, that's all, folks. Moving on. Number 13, Tacking, the Power of Juju. This was based off the video game that came out years ago and published by THQ. I really don't think that making a show for a video game is the right idea. I mean, sure, it can always work for movies, but I just don't think it can work for video games. I just think it ruins it, the whole reputation of it. Bottom line, I had no interest in it, and it was boring. I decided to take a little trip down memory lane just to remember how boring this show was. And oh my goodness, I was bored-to-fied. Nothing was going on. I can realize why I didn't like this show, and it's so damn boring. I'm glad the show is no more. No wonder the show struggled to gain audience and receive negative reviews, and ended production in November 2008 after 26 episodes. Officially canceled in January 2009. Number 12, All That of the 2000s. Now, whoever was born in the early mid-1990s or born somewhere in the 80s, we all know that all that's true golden era was the 90s. All that ends in November 2000, but was revived in 2002, causing it a downfall. I don't know whose bright idea was to revive all that with new cast members. Bottom line is, I didn't find much of the sketches to be funny or great. I mean, there were a few that I thought were funny, like the Know Your Stars ones, where some announcer he says some not true facts about the cast members. You have to admit that was pretty funny. My most favorite one was the Chelsea Brummett one and Lisa Foyle's one. The Chelsea Brummett one was pretty funny. Where he talking about they call her Naka Poo. And then Chelsea was like, I'll knock you in the head. And then the Lisa Foyle's one, the one part that I really that really had me rolling was when he said something about that he claims that Lisa thought that Abraham Lincoln was hot. Oh, that had me dying. Then there was the vocabulary with Lisa one, where Lisa foils in this puppet named Oswald, who reminds me of Rex from Victorious. Probably because, you know, they have a sense of humor and they try to be funny and stuff like that. But the way the man laughed, he had me rolling. That is the best. And you know what? He's probably Rex's grandfather. I mean, they do look alike. He just had me rolling the way he laughed. Now, the one where he said, where he had to define the word bacon, dog, he had me rolling when he told Lisa her hair is as greasy than bacon. Oh, good grief. Then there was Together Forever with Jack DeSanta and Lisa Foyles. That was actually pretty funny, especially when they fight going back and forth. The one with Kyle Sullivan and Chelsea Brummett playing the parents of Lisa Foyles in that sketch. Oh man, that was really funny. I mean, they all of them were going at it. The parents were going at each other. Lisa and Jack were going at each other. Oh my goodness, that was really funny. But as far as all that, I really didn't care for Sugar and Coffee and Randy Quench. Although it was nice for the show having its 10th anniversary reunion special back in 2005, with the old and new cast doing sketches with each other. Although some of the all that cast members back in the 90s weren't there, including Amanda Bynes and Nick Cannon, etc. How can you have an all that reunion special if everybody else from the 90s weren't there? Just ain't right. But I will always remember the true golden era of the 90s, all that. And you know what? I'm actually glad that all that is not around anymore. I just think it's for the better, in my opinion. I really think it is. Number 11, How to Rock. More like, this show did not rock nor rock my socks. The show was terrible. Let me give you my thoughts on the characters. Starting off with the main character herself, Miss Casey Simon. Casey was cool, nice, down to earth, and a good singer. But at times she would be bossy, cares about no one but herself, and can sometimes have this it's all about me, this, me, that personality. Yeah, sometimes that's not cool. Stevie was cool, Xander was cool, Nelson and Kevin, we all know how goofy and weird those guys were to who knows what. Especially Kevin screaming like a little biatch when getting hit by tennis balls in that How to Rock a Tennis Ball episode. Oh my goodness. And let's not forget the Perfs. Let me talk about the damn Perfs. They are the most shallow, annoying, and meanest sons of witches ever. I mean, these are the two girls that dropped Casey from the group because of her wearing glasses and braces. Freaking shallow. Some friends you are. Yeah, Casey deserved better. Plus, these two pretty much remind me of Lexi and Paisley from Ant Farm. basically because Molly and Lexi are enemies with the main characters, which are Casey and China. Now the Purse are enemies with Casey, and Lexi doesn't really care about China, so they're pretty much enemies on Ant Farm as well. And Grace and Paisley, they are known as your typical blonde stereotype, dumb as a box of rocks of characters. But I have to say, Paisley takes stupidity to a whole new level. I mean, I don't know how many times I heard Paisley say something so damn stupid, and I don't know how many times I got so much face palms. Oh, that girl, whatever, anything she does or say something stupid, you just want to choke her to death. Ooh! Anyways, I'm glad that How to Rock is finally ended. Like I said, the only good episode was that Christmas episode. That was it. And also, the only good thing about this show was pretty much his intro. The intro song for the show is a good song. It's very meaningful, telling everyone that you're beautiful just the way you are. And we need more songs like that these days in music instead of all this trash we got. But I do like the song. It's very good. Only you can be you, and only I can be me. You always want to be what you're not. Can't you be happy with what you got? You're perfect the way you are. Your insecurities, doubts, and scars. Only you can be you. Only you can be you. I can be me. You can be you. I can be me. Rap verse. You could be you. I could be me. You a star if you ain't on TV. You tall, you short, you different, you cute, you light, you dark, you beautiful, you. Okay, that's enough. I just thought I'd break it down. Oh boy. Okay, guys. This has been part 1 of my top worst 18 worst Nickelodeon shows. Stay tuned for part 2 as I count down the rest of the top 10. I pretty much run out of time to discuss about the other shows in the top 10, so I'll just do it in part 2. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. See you later.